Sergeant Alex, can you tell us what life is like in the Army for a drill sergeant?
Okay. For me and for all the instructors here, usually wake up in the bed early in the morning for 5:30 a.m. and then we got a parade. It's just like a physical training parade at 06:30 a.m. until we got running all over the camp until 8 a.m. and then we got dismissed. Then for the next classes, 09 a.m. for the recruit class, like maybe drills, something like the class for the
Is it like study? Do you have studies as well as outdoor? Is it
outdoor and indoor? Also,
okay?
Both of them.
Right.
And then until the noon, and then they go to lunch. After the lunch, 14:30 p.m. No, sorry, 2:30 p.m.
All right, that's for us. Yeah, it's 14:30 for you guys, right? Yeah.
24 hours. And then starting for 2:30 p.m. Starting the next class for the evening class until the 16:45 hours, 4 hours.
That's 4:45 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, until and then end of the class, then 5 p.m. The parade. The next parade is like an aerobic run. We run all over the camp again. That's all.
What? Okay. Okay, and then what happens after that run?
We just take an aerobic just like a jog,
Okay.
jogging,
Okay.
just like that. And then until 6 p.m. and then they got to back to their dorm, getting shower at 6:30 p.m. They got to dinner.
Okay, and dinner's roughly for how long?
Only 1 hour.
Okay, then what happens after dinner?
After that, I go back to my home
Okay.
and get prepared for the next day, for the
Okay.
lesson or what. Whatever.
And what are your recruits doing? Do they have homework? Is there more studying to do after that?
Yeah, they get prepared for the next day.
Okay.
Maybe iron their uniform
Right.
and then brush their shoes
Right.
and everything that needs to do for the next morning.
Okay. And so what time roughly is like bedtime? What time do you end the day normally?
For the recruits,
For the recruits and you?
for me, on 1 a.m., 2 a.m. For
Wow.
the recruits is 23:59 or 11:59 p.m.
11:59 p.m. That precise?
Yes.
So lights out at 11:59 p.m.
Lights out 11 p.m.
11 p.m.
Yep.
Wow, okay. Wow, everything's down to the minute. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. What's the biggest challenge you face when training a new recruit?
The biggest challenge.
With your brand new recruits, what's your biggest challenge?
I work here as an instructor for 5 years, since 2016. The biggest challenge that I face is, firstly, is time. Yeah, I need more time to spend for there because, as you all know, they are like a student and we are the teachers. We need to give the knowledge to them until they are okay with it. And that's the first thing, time. More spending time to them there rather than the family. Another passions. Passion to train them hard and over again, just to make sure they become a soldier, from civilian to soldier.
So that's like the challenge for you, is making sure that transition happens.
Yeah.
They come in as a civilian and your job is to turn them into a soldier.
Yeah.
How long do you have with them? So they come in, how long is it between they fully turn from civilian into soldier? What is the time frame?
Time frame. Maybe for 3 months. The first 3 months. 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks.
First 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. What do you look for in a new recruit to know that they will go far in the Army? How do you spot which ones are going to go really far and which ones are going to do okay but not as far as those?
Okay. Here, the instructors most of them, many of them, like we do, we will judge them in terms of leadership and command for their troops, for the mates or the friends, his friends lah, mostly. And then by showing he's passionate in the class and get a very good result in every exams. It's like
Okay.
you know.
So you look for leadership qualities as
Yeah.
well as them understanding everything they're supposed to
Yeah.
do well. Okay. Can you walk us through what a new recruit has to go through when they sign up to the army, when they enlist? What's the
Enlist,
steps? What do they have to go through?
Firstly, they need to medical checkup for their body. Maybe some they got broken fracture bone or something. They cannot. We cannot accept that because in the army, when you join in the army and do the training, there's a maybe a time by time there will be tough day.
Right, okay. So no previous broken parts. So you have
Yeah.
to basically, first of all, they go through a medical.
Yeah, medical checkup.
Okay,
First.
so they clear the medical, all's great. What's the next step? What happens?
Next step is then they will do their exams or tests, physical tests, drill tests, everything that in the army test. We need to test them.
Okay, so this is a test before they even start the training here?
Oh, before the training here, it's just a medical checkup. That's
Okay.
all, and then to check the bone fracture or broken.
Okay.
That's all.
So then basically, then they arrive here, for example, and
Yeah,
start the training.
and start the
Is that right?
training. That's right.
Okay. And when they arrive here and they start the training, what is the training that they begin with, the brand new recruits?
The brain recruit. Firstly, drills. Firstly, it's drill. They will learn the drills, and then
What are the drills? What do you mean by drills?
it's like we call it a kawat kaki. Then,
Okay, can
it's
you?
like,
Is it like Ted Hut, Attention?
Yep. attention.
Okay. All the call
in
signs
yeah,
basically.
Yep, in your station.
Up, down, sideways, backwards. No, I'm
yeah,
joking.
Okay, that's in the overseas for the command. Yeah.
Okay.
Here in Malaysia, just got sedia as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically, it's the basics that they go through first.
Basic drills.
Okay. All right. What's the main purpose of this basic training module that all Army, regardless of rank, must go through? So here, what we did today, what we saw today, this is like the basic training that everybody goes through, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So what's the main purpose of everybody having this same basic training?
Right. The main purpose is to gain their fitness at the best, and then to gain their self-confidence, and then learn how to be working in the team.
Okay.
And then lastly, proficient in military knowledge. That's all.
Okay. So they train every day for 24 weeks, right?
Yep.
So 6 months later, they're ready to start in the rank that they come in as. Is that correct?
Okay.
Tell us the importance about their training and the importance of this basic training program.
Their training has been arranged according to the basic components that are necessary and mandatory for recruits to have. Under these components, there are various modules that have been solved enough with the duration in this training. The duration is 6 weeks lah. It's like you said. And then among the modules, personalities, the drills, kawat, we call it kawat, and then weapons handling, tactics, battle science, and etc.
Sorry, Carrie?
Okay, it's all important for these young soldiers to expert, not expert, just know more than they know before.
Okay. Are they all on the same level when they come in, or are they all in different ranks but they do all the basic training together, then they go to their different...
Oh, they are same, all the same.
Okay.
Uh,
Can you tell us the story of one of your recruits who really excelled and how far they went and where they are today? Because you've been training, you've been in the Army for how long?
in the Army for 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
So you've been training here for
5 years.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
So in your 5 years, who, you know, can you tell us a story of someone who's joined, new recruit, and you've seen them go really far?
Okay, just one boy. Yeah, I just call it boy because back in 4 years ago, his name was Mazlan. Yeah, he's really like us to be in joining the Special Force unit. And then after he got, because in the 6 month he be training here, he be showing his very positively values lah, like that. And then after he just end up his training here, he didn't get what he likes.
Oh.
After that, after 1 or 2 years, he tries to get that back.
Okay, so he tried again to apply
to
for
be
that.
a
Okay.
Special Force unit. Yeah.
Right.
And then he get it. Just he successful. Get it.
Why is that your favorite story? Is it because he tried again? He
Yeah.
didn't let go of that dream?
Because this is one of my said. It's like one of my best stories, because he tried to get what he didn't get before.
He didn't give up.
Yep.
Okay. When you see a new recruit, how do you know if they will fail or succeed?
By looking the result of the test, and then every test, not a single test, but every test we just look into that, and then we judge it. If he manage to success, he can be a successful soldier. But if he doesn't pass the, not single one of tests was passed, and then he will fail. That's all.
Okay. So they may be really good in the drills and all sorts of stuff, but academically they have to also be able to pass. Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly, but if he can do better drill, but not in academic, still he can be a successful. But if both of them are fail, both of the drills and the academics are fail, and then he will fail.
Okay.
So,
What have you had to sacrifice to be part of the Army?
I sacrificed part of my life to be in the Army, part of my life, and also part of my family life. And then because in the soldier, it has been bound by an oath of allegiance. I can do everything arbitrarily because the existing military rules are different from the outside rules. So that.
Okay. Are you allowed to get married and have a family in the Army?
Can.
Okay.
We can marry.
Okay. Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Before someone decides to join the Army, what characteristics do they need? What are the best characteristics to have for Army recruits?
Okay, for me, what I think is they need to be brave, courage, and then can be teamwork, can do a teamwork, can work in the team like I said, and then hardworking, passionate, and then lastly, lastly just brave, courage, hardworking, can do work in the team. That's all.
That's a lot of things. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the most, out of all of those, in your personal opinion,
Yeah.
what's the most useful, important characteristic that a person should have?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your advice to any new recruit out there who's thinking, oh, should I join? Maybe not, maybe yes. What would be your advice to them?
Okay, just my simple advice is just be positive and then well prepared for your physically and mentally before joining the army. That's all.
Okay. And then they've joined the army, so you've got new recruits, they're already in.
Yep.
What's your best advice to those new recruits who are joining for the first time? They're used to be civilians, now they're in the army. It's a big shock. What's your advice to them?
My advice is just follow the rules. And that's all. Follow the rules. Don't be silly or be naughty. Don't be just like back old days. What is it? Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Joining the army, just
follow the rules and you'll be okay. Is that what you're saying?
Follow the rules and yeah, that's all.
It's a bit like parenting. I tell that to my son all the time. If you follow the rules.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sergeant.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.